You guys, I did it. I think I found the worst reality television show out there. If not the worst, one of the worst. Because it's bad. Okay, so imagine this. You're in a loving and committed relationship and you've been together for a couple years now. You're at the point where you're starting to talk about marriage and what your future will look like together. Come to find out they've actually been cheating on you throughout the entire duration of the relationship. With someone who has the same name as you, except they spell their name with a Y instead of an IE, okay? And then all the red flags that you ignored at the beginning of the relationship are starting to make sense now, and then they gaslight you, making you think that you deserve all of this because it's your fault. And you have to go through extensive therapy just to be able to trust the idea of having a relationship again. And I kind of forgot we were talking about a show and not my past trauma. Sorry. I just feel so safe with you guys, you know? I feel like we've been spending a lot of time together. This is a safe space. I digress. That did happen to me though. A while back. But yeah. The show is about cheating. Catching people in the act of cheating, to be exact. Yes, that's right. We're going to be watching Caught in the Act, Unfaithful. I like to describe it as a catfish style show because it has kind of the same concept, right? There's a host who meets with someone to resolve an issue. In Catfish's case, it's meeting who they've been talking to online and seeing if they are who they say they are. Usually they're not. But in this show's case, it's about finding out whether or not their partner has been cheating on them. The show is hosted by Tammy Roman, who is a reality star best known for being on Basketball Wives. And she's also an actress, featured in films such as Scared is the Flesh, Hot Parts, and the classic Girl in the Closet. Tammy started this show because she has been cheated on before.
I have been cheated on before. You, my man, when I was married to him.
She even wrote a book about it.
I even wrote a book about it.
But she can't do this alone. She teams up with private investigators as well as relationship coaches. Wait a second, is that DJ Envy?
You have to say, I'm gonna step up and do what's right.
Since when is DJ Envy a relationship coach? Didn't he cheat on his wife too?
I'm sorry?
I said you're on air. It's like I'm really in a bad space, and I'm sorry. I know that I haven't been loyal, I haven't been honest, I haven't been the husband I should have been.
Anyway. Now she's here to help people who think they're being cheated on find out once and for all if they are or not. Spoiler alert, they almost always are, from what I've seen. Which I know would kind of defeat the purpose of the show if they weren't being cheated on, but it would be cool to see like a sprinkle of like maybe 1 or 2 episodes where, you know, they think they're being cheated on, but their partner's actually planning something extravagant like a proposal or like a surprise party. Like that'd be wholesome and cute, right? But no, that is not the case. Matter of fact, the people on the show tend to do some pretty messed up stuff, and you'll see what I mean. In this episode, we meet Mimi, the suspicious lover who thinks her partner Memphis is cheating on her. Mimi met Memphis when she was visiting Memphis, the city in Tennessee, not the guy, and she was introduced to him by his cousin.
She introduced me to a guy, and it was her cousin, and he bought us a drink.
Then she explains what really made her fall in love with him.
This is what made me fall in love with him. When I went to his house, he did not touch me.
Wait, that's it? He didn't touch you when you went to his house? My God, the bar for men has gotten so low. Like, yeah, that should be the expectation from the beginning. That's so sad. Always remember, women don't owe you shit. Women, we don't owe them shit. Anyway, she decided to just stay in Memphis. Again, the city in Tennessee, not the guy. For the guy, Memphis. You following me?
You came down for a visit.
Uh-huh.
And then just stayed?
Yeah.
So she moved to Memphis for Memphis. And I think the word Memphis is starting to get on my nerves. Apparently, he buys her a lot of gifts.
I've got multiple cars.
Not multiple cars.
A ring. And this is an engagement ring, even though he didn't, you know what I'm saying, like, say it out of his mouth, but it was on Valentine's Day, so.
Except he didn't propose.
In my head, I already knew what it meant. It meant you want to marry me.
Now, hear me out. If a guy just casually gives you a ring on Valentine's Day, doesn't do the whole one knee thing, doesn't mention marriage at all, I don't think that's a proposal. I don't know. Okay, though. They've been together for 6 years at this point, and then Mimi just randomly brings up that sometimes they have threesomes, I guess.
Tammy, I'm gifted too now, okay?
Okay, what you doing?
Well, you know, I like to add another party.
And Tammy starts whispering.
Okay. Yeah.
So y'all be having threesomes?
Oh, so y'all be doing the threesomes. That's so crazy. We don't talk about that in here though, so keep your voice down. You have to whisper so no one hears you. So Tammy's like, why are you here then? And Mimi explains that the reason that she's there is because she's a little bit suspicious about Memphis's close friend that he calls his sister named Keisha. Now apparently Mimi has met all of his sister-like friends already except for Keisha, and Keisha will invite him out but not Mimi. So that's a little weird, I suppose. She also explains that she's a dancer, so she works late nights. And there'll be some nights where she goes to work and then she comes home and Memphis is nowhere to be found. He's still not home.
What would you do if you found out that Memphis was cheating?
I would leave him.
And Tammy's facial expressions throughout the show are very animated. Like,
Man, look, don't look like that, Tammy, because listen. Yeah, I feel like I could be a ring. Like that now. Other than that,
Really? Okay.
so Tammy says she'll help her out.
I could have my investigation team, boom, wire the whole house.
that'll be perfect.
So the investigation team of 2 goes into the house, which clearly looks like an Airbnb. There are no personal touches whatsoever, no pictures, very basic decorations. It's giving Airbnb. So that's a little suspicious, but okay. So then they pull out this high-tech picture frame camera that has a picture of a windmill on it. So I'm thinking, wouldn't you notice if there's a new picture in the home that you live in and see every day? Also, this reminds me of those spy kits that they used to sell at the Scholastic book fairs in elementary school. Me and my friends really thought we were about to be spies when we got older. So then there's also a lamp camera, which is that a lamp that y'all brought in and we just didn't see it? Or was that lamp already there and you put a camera inside of it somehow? Or is this just an Airbnb and it's scripted and it was just already there and you guys forgot to like show you carrying it in? Could be any of it.
And I think that covers pretty much everywhere they went.
I think so.
So they add those 2, count them, 2 cameras and said, yep, that'll do it. What happened to wiring the whole house? So now we're on to the spying portion of the show, where the investigators follow Memphis to see what he's really up to. And first thing she says when they pull up to the house is this.
What I typically do, my background's in law enforcement. I'm concerned with our safety as we sit here, like sitting ducks.
I was very confused by this statement. Like, she's concerned for their safety, like she's scared. Is this a bad neighborhood? Or she's scared that they're gonna get caught? But hey, it doesn't matter because once Memphis walks out, it's go time.
He is gonna blend in with the background with all that green.
Tree looking ass outfit. Who wears green on green like that? You look ridiculous. So then they follow him and then they make this part really intense.
Yeah, you're good, yeah. Watch it.
Oh, he's going left.
They pull up to this restaurant and one of the investigators decides to go in with her glasses cam. It's go time.
I'm going in.
And then the other investigator climbs into the driver's seat to keep her seat warm, I guess. I don't know. And then we cut to the glasses cam footage. We see Keisha walk in and they hug. Then some other guy walks in and Memphis leaves. Well, that was eventful.
Here's Jen. Ooh, you kept my seat warm for me?
I'd like to think that she's the sidekick in the investigation team. And she's like, yes, ma'am. Boss, ma'am. I'll always keep your seat warm for you. Because you're the best investigator ever. And your butt does not ever deserve to be cold. And then her response would just be like, okay. That didn't actually happen. It's just what I think in my head. Okay.
I don't want to end it yet. Let's go.
They continue to follow him. Cue the intense driving montage.
There he goes. Oh, yep. Here we go. Let's just keep tailing him.
Then they find him at the pool hall with his cousin, Ra.
There we go. Memphis tagged Ra on his IG at the pool hall with my cousin.
So the other investigator puts on her favorite spy camera and decides to go inside.
This is my favorite camera.
Hey, let me get y'all some drinks.
Weird how the audio is so good and crisp in a pool hall where there's usually loud music and people talking. No wonder it's her favorite camera. That's way better than the fake chocolate milk camera I used to have. He buys these girls some drinks and check out that jacket. Spoiled by a scammer. Interesting fashion choice there. Also, I just now realized that he changed his clothes. What happened to his green sweatsuit? Then we see one of the women talking to Ra.
You wanna get some? Alright, I'm gonna call you, alright?
She gets her number and then tells Memphis about it.
Oh, yeah, you got him.
Didn't really like that at all.
It's like Memphis is leaving now with his cousin Rod.
The investigator runs out of the pool hall, way to be discreet, and then they continue to follow him.
So these two could be a team. Yes, and Rod seems really nice to everyone who's staying. Rod's into chicks.
And then we cut to the lamp cam that they're not suspicious about at all. No, she's into chicks.
Rod's into chicks.
So we see Memphis and his cousin just chilling on the couch, and wait a minute.
You love me for real. Check out my heart.
What in the kissing cousins is going on? That is so gross. Even though it's a show, it's probably fake, right? That's fucking nasty. Okay, so after all of that, it just like cuts to a few days later, and Tammy calls Mimi back to go over the footage that they captured. With her is Coach Ken, who is the relationship expert for the day. Aw, too bad it's not DJ Envy. I was really looking forward to his relationship expertise.
Ken is a relationship expert that can help you process any emotions you may be feeling after seeing all of this stuff.
So they reassure her that he has nothing going on with Keisha. Then they go over the footage of Memphis and Raw at the pool hall, and they confirm that this is his blood cousin.
That's his cousin.
That's his cousin.
Rod.
Okay. Is that his real cousin?
It's his blood real cousin.
Oh, blood real cousin?
Mm-hmm.
And then they continue with some new footage that we didn't see earlier.
Each other more, and we get together. So that's both worlds.
Oh, that hurt. Ooh. You missing the best part.
Tammy is diabolical. You're missing the best part. Watch it. Watch your man cheat on you with his cousin. You like that?
I know you lying. This is what happens.
I know, right, y'all? I almost got pregnant.
Almost got pregnant.
Pregnancy scared.
Pregnancy scare? Okay, so it sounds like this has been going on for a while, and Mimi is rightfully shocked and upset. And here comes Ken to help her process her emotions.
They mention pregnancy in jest, as though, oh, you almost got that pregnancy scare. So it's been going on a while.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's so helpful. Glad he's there to help her process her emotions. It's literally what I just said. Maybe I should be a relationship coach. So what brings you in to see me today? Well, we've been having some problems with communication. Okay, can you explain a little bit? Okay, so every time we discuss the Kendrick versus Drake beef, he always takes Drake's side, and we can't seem to come to a compromise. He's the GOAT! He's not the GOAT! Let me ask you something. Trevor, was it? Do you also listen to Tory Lanez? Yeah. P. Diddy? Yeah. R. Kelly? Uh-huh. And do you think highly of yourself and think you're a prize to all women? Obviously. Okay. This is worse than I thought. Wait, what do you mean? He's a fuckboy. Huh? What? Yeah, you're gonna have to leave him. There's no way this will actually work. Really? Unless you want to be miserable. I don't know what's wrong with you girls. I feel like y'all don't need love. You need someone who can micromanage you. Actually, good call. We're done. Okay, I guess this man is just here to point out the obvious.
It's like I feel extra to play.
I know you love me.
Because it's like, yeah, she's crying, she's upset. Obviously she loved him. You saying that does not make the situation any better. Then Tammy gives her two options. She can either meet up with Raw and address Memphis together, or
You can wait until they're both home, catch them in the act, and that's what we like to call a takedown.
Mimi chooses the takedown.
I want to do the takedown.
So they roll up in this van and watch the security cameras.
They real cozy. If your girl was here, she
And Tammy's just taunting her at this point. Come on. Did you hear that? If your girl was here right now, she'd be going crazy. That must hurt. That must hurt a lot. Then Mimi is ready to go in. And Tammy says this.
Don't go in there acting crazy.
Well,
Hey, what's up? What y'all got going on?
She done went in there and hit this woman.
Let me go.
Like, what did you expect?
You think it's gonna calm down?
What do you think, Tammy? You think it's gonna calm down?
No.
Tammy and Ken decide to go in and tell them what's going on.
Cameras come from?
Okay, ladies, I would like for y'all to get quiet so I can talk to Memphis. Memphis, my name is Tammy Roman, and you are on a show called Caught in the Act, Unfaithful.
And this is where the show gets especially messy, because the execution of explaining what the show is just feels a little off. Like, on Catfish, Neve calls the catfish ahead of time and is like, hey, we're a part of the show. We want to help you meet this person. Are you willing to do that? And then that way, emotions are less riled up. Everyone has a heads up of what's going on, and he's kind of there to mediate the situation, which is kind of what Tammy is trying to do. But instead of doing all of that, she just kind of lets the partner who just saw their partner cheat go in, revved up with emotion, and then she decides to waltz on in and be like, hey, by the way, we're on a TV show. Look at all these cameras. And it just takes a long time for anyone to calm down enough to have a conversation. Also, Tammy isn't the most comforting person to be around in this situation.
Let me tell you one thing. I have asked y'all nicely to be quiet.
Then it's just chaos for the next 5 minutes.
What I'm saying, like, let me get over there and let me talk to him in his face. I want to I just want to talk.
Memphis,
I just want to talk. You can be real pretty if you don't act like that. You can, come on.
You're crazy. I really want to leave.
You're mad. Come on, leave. I want you to leave.
After all that, they finally get to a point where Mimi can talk.
I came to Tammy because, you know, you were acting like a little different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how close we were. Like, we always, like, tell each other, like, everything. Like, now it's just, like, I done said how it is, and it's a big slap in the face.
She gives him the ring back, then she asks this.
Question number one, how long y'all been having this going on? How long have y'all been pretending like y'all cousins while I'm around?
Okay, so they're pretending to be cousins and then hooking up with each other and other women. Why do you have to pretend to be cousins to do that? It's a weird angle to go about it, but okay. And Memphis just doesn't answer any questions.
I plead the field.
You plead the fifth.
So you can't choose.
You don't want to be able to tell the person that you're supposed to be in a relationship.
I gotta answer that?
Yes, you do.
And then they just start yelling at each other again.
Sit your ass down.
Bitch, please, I'm finna rock
I'm all
your ass.
over. Come on.
Shit to do to right now. This is AB conversation. You can see your way out.
And Ra gets her with one of the funniest insults I've heard.
European eyebrows having that hoe.
European eyebrow having ass hoe. That's a good one. I won't lie. I didn't even know European eyebrows were a thing. And I'm on Mimi's side, so I'm not trying to like laugh, but like, it's kind of funny. They take Mimi outside to calm down, and Tammy and Ken decide to stay inside and talk with them some more.
She thought it was your little sis Keisha. So she was completely surprised that it
Y'all
was
been
Rob.
watching me with Keisha and all that.
Yeah, I know she love
We
you.
watch.
Legs open very easy.
We watch. Your legs was open too, Rob.
I mean, she's not wrong. You can't act like you was not doing the same thing with the same man. Tammy decides to take Memphis to another room and talk to him alone.
Rod's my friend, my love, everything. She just like your homeboy. Go get her. I like her. Bring her home. You know what this? What you
But Mimi used to do that.
But Rod more aggressive. Mimi will sit back and let me do all the talking. I ain't got to talk on with Rod.
Ugh, God forbid you have to talk to a woman you're trying to have sex with. That's just so much work.
And so now you caused all of this, but the person who's going to be heartbroken is her.
There is no reason why this mega mind head ass should be getting away with something like this. He looks like the type of dude who says free R. Kelly. Not to mention he looks old as fuck compared to both of them. Like, how old is he? How old are they? No one ever says what age they are. Meanwhile, Ken is talking to Ra.
She thought that you only liked females.
Rod's into chicks.
I do. I only like females in Memphis.
Women at Memphis.
You damn right. We was doing it before she was ever thought of. You feel what I'm saying?
They bring Mimi back in and they tell Memphis to apologize, which he has no interest in doing.
Start there.
Then what?
Start with the apology, and then we'll figure out then what.
What I'm apologizing for.
Then he proves that he has the emotional intelligence of a 9-year-old boy who just got in trouble in school. Man, what am I apologizing for? I didn't even do nothing. Let's see. You pushed Tyler down and then started banging his head into the concrete and said, I'm the king of the playground. So you're gonna apologize. Nah, that wasn't me. That was someone else. We have it on camera. Oh, Mimi is still rightfully upset, and then we hear Memphis's grand apology.
My bad.
My bad. And Ken literally has to lecture him, again, like a child, just to get out an I'm sorry. This man looks like he's like 50. I don't know what either of them see in him at this point.
What you're not doing is taking responsibility for your actions. You caused all this. What is it gonna be?
I mean, what you want me? I'm sorry.
In the middle of all this, Tammy's like, okay, well, anyway, Mimi, we did what you wanted us to do. We found out that he was actually cheating on you. So what do you want to do now? What's next?
So you don't plan on ending your relationship with Ra?
No, why not? What I'm gonna do that for?
Huh?
Mimi kicks them out of her house, but first she tries to go at them one more time, and Ra basically just makes fun of her the entire time, and I just feel really bad for her because I'm on Mimi's side, but again, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little funny.
Okay.
You a karate kicker, ain't it, baby?
Nope.
That ass, I thought that ass was bigger than that. You trying to go in the closet? Baby, come out the closet. We out the closet. Come out there, mom.
So all that happens, and then Ra and Memphis live happily ever after.
You might well go ahead and push forward.
Yeah, we definitely gonna push forward. It's definitely pushing forward.
Good.
3 months later, Tammy decides to do a little check-in with Mimi. And would you look at that? They're together! Aww. How cute.
I would leave him.
You guys have got to bring me up to speed.
It didn't work for me and Rob.
All he says is that it didn't work with him and Ra, doesn't explain why. And then they talk about their future together.
Hopefully, if we can work through this, we can proceed to what we really wanted to do with our relationship and just take it a step farther and get married.
Then she checks in with Ra.
Well, after that night, I felt bad for Mimi, really, because, she loved mine, so.
And she's just gonna let them do them. For now.
I'm letting them do them right now.
So it doesn't sound like she would be completely out of the picture.
Once him and Mimi are allowed to work on whatever their relationship is going to be, there'll be a world where you guys will all live happily ever after. I believe it.
And what world would that be? I'm just curious. If you caught your man of 6 years cheating on you with who you thought was their lesbian cousin, which turns out isn't their cousin, and they were both playing you the entire time, you're telling me there's a world where they could all three live happily ever after? I don't think so. I really don't like a lot of things about this show, but what I hate most is the extremely unsatisfying endings. Like, who here wanted Mimi and Memphis to be back together at the end of this? Raise your hand. And if you raised your hand, I don't think this is the right channel for you. You should probably head out. And the second thing that I cannot stand about this show is the acting and the fakeness of it all. Because there's no way in hell this show is real. The fact that they're portraying these characters with low emotional intelligence and sprinkles of misogyny, it's just bad. And I'm speaking just from the feeling that I got from watching it. It just really, it made my blood boil. Now, real quick, I initially watched the first episode of the first season just to kind of get a feel for what the show would be like. And in this episode, we have Tracy, who's dating McKinley, and she suspects that he's cheating on her because he started acting a little bit distant. Lo and behold, they found out that he had been seeing this girl named Casey.
Public displays of affection. That's disgusting.
And after she watched the footage, Tammy gave her the same ultimatum, to talk to the woman and team up against McKinley, or to just catch them in the act. In this case, Tracy chose to team up with the girl because she wanted her to know what's going on. Very respectful. So I'm thinking, yes, these girls are gonna team up, they're gonna get his ass, it's gonna be great, girl power. And when she goes to confront Casey, this happens.
Casey? Yeah, what's up? My name is Tracy. Do you know who I am? No. Bitch, you came with all these cameras with you? It seems that we have a jackass in common. Do you know who McKinley is? Yeah, my man. I'm sorry to have to let you know this, but me and McKinley have been dating for a while. You don't care that
I hear you saying that, but he never told me about you, so I don't even know.
He didn't tell me about you either.
But you were in my face, so why are you approaching me? He's my man, is my man.
What?
She on his team all the way.
All the way.
What is all the animosity? What?
Because you're approaching me, I'm walking out of the gym.
I am approaching you. I'm coming to you as a woman,
well, I'm done talking
and you are flipping your hair and doing all this extra
You're yelling.
but you do not care.
I fight though. You still talk. I'm a fighter.
I don't care. Your not together.
I look
That's
good,
not
bitch.
I
Off the bat, this girl's just ready to fight just because Tracy told her that her man is cheating on her. It's just really hard for me to watch women get treated like shit and then choose to tolerate it. And I think that's why this show just triggers me so much, because I'm just like, come on. And on top of that, it's fake, okay? This was scripted out, so they wanted this to happen. They wanted it to come off this way, and it just bothers me. We're almost done, I promise. Tracy asks her what her relationship status is, and Casey's like, what's that?
What is your status right now? You know what status means? It means where...
You're trying to get information.
So after some very strong convincing from Tammy, Casey agrees to let Tracy join them. She's getting ready to meet McKinley at the studio, so Tracy can just show up and be like, what's going on here? So ultimately it turns out a takedown, I guess, but whatever. So anyway, when Tracy walks in, this is McKinley's reaction.
What in the fabulous are you doing?
What is this?
Sorry, I'm just writing that down. What in the fabulous fuck and European eyebrow having asshole? I can't forget these. Tracy confronts him and Casey says this.
Well, I don't really care. We without a condom, bitch.
And then of course they're about to fight, and guess who decides to waltz in the room? It's Tammy, and the relationship expert for the day.
She was a dancer on my video with Young Dolph, 100 bands.
Okay.
Wait a minute, did he say Young Dolph? I gotta look this up. So turns out it is a real song and music video that this McKinley guy made with Young Dolph. I'm not gonna put the song in for copyright reasons, but I'll do an impression of it.
Boom. 100 bands, 100 bands. Boom. I gotta make 100 bands. Boom. 100 bands, 100 bands. I gotta make 100 bands. 100 bands, 100 bands. I gotta make 100 bands. 100 bands, 100 bands. I gotta make 100 bands.
So I guess that part was true. Rest in peace, Young Dolph. Then Tammy decides to explain to Tracy, like, hey, at least he owned up to it.
He owned up to what was happening with Casey.
Tracy decides to stay with McKinley.
So my engagement is off.
Again, a very unsatisfying ending. And when they do their 3-month check-in, this is how I knew it was fake, because the acting on this is so bad. It is horrible.
What has happened since we caught McKinley in the act?
Well, we're still working things out. I really wasn't ready to throw away 2 years of our relationship since things were so good in the beginning. So we're currently seeing a counselor, and we're just trying to get back to where we once were. You know, kind of taking things one day at a time.
There's no way that's genuine. I wasn't ready to throw away 2 years of our relationship. So we're currently seeing a counselor to try to get back to where we once were. Yeah, so that's the show. When I tell you this show made my blood boil, I literally had to get up and go get some fresh air because I was getting so irritated watching this. Even if it wasn't scripted, it's just messed up. I checked out the IMDb page and it has 4.5 stars out of 10. Let's check out some reviews, shall we? 3 out of 10. Stop, LMAO. 5 out of 10. Scripted. 1 out of 10. The worst show. Thank you. 1 out of 10. This is so bad. 1 out of 10. Stop it, stop it, stop it. And that's how I feel. Okay. As always, let me know your thoughts. I wanted to get this uploaded a lot sooner than I did because I like to try to upload once a week, but I was dealing with really, really bad insomnia for a while and it was starting to catch up with me. I was just like really exhausted and I could not function as a person. Like it all just started to catch up to me and I was just kind of like, meow. But I got 6 hours of sleep last night and I will consider that a win. So if you were just anticipating a video from me, doubt it, but I appreciate your patience and I really, really, really appreciate you for watching the whole thing. It means a lot to me, truly. And with that, my name is Maddie. Maddie the Baddie, your new favorite line
YouTuber.
Okay. Your new favorite YouTuber.
You're supposed to wink when you say it.
Your new favorite YouTuber. Like that?
Yeah, that works.
Okay. And I hope to see you in my next video.
Well, aren't you gonna say bye?
Oh. Bye.
Oh my god.
That was my impersonation of their bad acting. Okay, bye for real. What the fuck was that? I'm not even gonna check. I'm kind of scared. Okay. One of the investigators. Donnie from what's that show? The Wild Thornberrys. She even wrote a book about it. 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 She wrote a book about it.